Hey everybody, welcome back to the video, or welcome back to the channel, rather. Today we're going to go ahead and do floors 21 through 24, and then maybe also Yogg of this Warden run that we've been doing. So between the end of the last video and the start of this video, I did a backtrack where I made a couple of exotic scrolls of magic mapping and a couple of exotic haste potions, and I just checked the entire floors 1 through 19 for secret rooms, and collected all that extra loot, and also was able to spend all my gold at the early shops and change the inventory pretty dramatically. So I made some other changes as well. I decided to go with the Spectral Blades crown ability. I do think that this is the weakest of the three Huntress crown abilities. I think Nature's Power is probably generically the strongest, just because it gives you movement speed and attack speed, and this Nature's Wrath talent makes your shots during the active period of having extra movement speed and attack speed do more damage on the bow. So it's general purpose really good, and it's real easy to use. I think that the Spirit Hawk is actually the strongest of the three, just because of the it has very favorable interactions with all of the enemies on the Demon Halls floor, and it makes it so that you never have to check a blind corner for any reason. If you want to see me play with a Spirit Hawk, you can check out the sniper video that I did a couple months ago on this channel, where if you look at the floors 21 through 24, or the Yogg and Ascension video in that series, you'll be able to see a lot of Spirit Hawk play. But I actually went with the Spectral Blades here because I think I can... So the Spectral Blades relies on having a good melee weapon, ideally with a good enchant on it. So because we have this this talent Spirit Blades, which I've actually maxed out already, we also are able to take advantage of the elastic on our bow and give it a little bit more enchantment power as well. And given that we've already put some upgrade scrolls into the Ring of Arcana, specifically to make it take advantage of our very good enchantments that we have, I think that should be powerful. So I'll show you the talent point that we've actually... So we've completely filled out Spirit Blades, and then we've started on Projecting Blades. It only costs 25% of the charge to use, and we have we kept this recharging ring in our inventory as well, just in case we want to use it more. So we're probably going to end up spending all 12 of the talent points maxing out all of the, Fan of Blades and Projecting Blades, but not entirely sure on that yet. What else do we have to say? Oh, there's one more. So we still have 4 upgrade scrolls left, and I'm going to use them on the greatsword to improve the greatsword. But I'm going to do so. We're going to take advantage of the fact that the Alchemist Toolkit means we have a ton of extra energy. So for each of those upgrade scrolls, we are going to... So you get the upgrade scroll, and we're actually going to turn it into a magical infusion. And what the magical infusion does, it's literally just an upgrade scroll, but it can't overwrite a glyph or an enchantment on your weapons or armor, which is particularly useful in this situation, where I very much care that we don't lose Grim off this greatsword. And it costs 12 energy to do, but we have 74 extra energy, so we'll go ahead and turn all 4 of our upgrade scrolls into magical infusions, so that we can safeguard our Grim enchantment on the sword, despite upgrading it. And you see I already spent 4 upgrade scrolls on it to get to +4. That's the limit at which you start having a chance to destroy the enchantment by enchanting it further. But since we're using the infusions, we have no chance of getting rid of Grim, so we'll just go ahead and bring that sword all the way up to +8, and that should be pretty respectable. We also bought quite a few arcane styluses. I'm gonna kick myself if I end on something worse than obfuscation, but I've got 6 rolls, so I should be able to find something good here. Swiftness, we're immediately pretty happy with. We should, away from enemies, yeah, so you see we move 3 squares per turn that we're not within 2 of an enemy, so we're actually going to stick on Swiftness with all of this power from the Ring of Arcana. That should be... I didn't expect to stop after 1 roll, but I'm really happy with Swiftness in this case. Let's see, what else are we going to think about doing. I mentioned thinking about transmuting the Alchemist Toolkit. I think I still want to hold on to the Alchemist Toolkit a little bit longer because we've got plenty of... we haven't done any of our alchemy for Yogg yet, and we also... there are going to be a couple more upgrade scrolls that we're gonna get. Notable things about the inventory: I left a lot more healing potions on the ground in earlier floors than normal in order to get more like toxic gas and liquid flame kind of potions, as well as to make sure I bought every single arcane stylus, which, like I said, ended up stopping after one reroll, but whatever. We were actually able to get back up to 4 magic mapping scrolls between the shops on earlier floors and catching all the secret rooms. So I was a little bit worried we were going to run out of magic mapping scrolls since we identified magic mapping by blindly using one on floor 6 and then used 2 more during our backtrack, but so if I understand this correctly, the Grim, if I remember, the Grim works on the demon spawner, so hopefully we can take it out with Grim before we spawn too many Ripper demons, and we did, which is pretty nice. Not super happy about seeing that enemy. Luckily, we're still able to just knock it back and paralyze it, so we'll, surprised we didn't get a Grim proc, but we were able to kill it without it actually hitting us, so it dropped a Transmute Scroll for us, which we're pretty happy with. Again, we haven't used a Transmute Scroll yet, so that technically could be, Lullaby or Rage, I think are the other 2 I don't have identified, but we, something caused me to believe that that's Transmute, and the game is, Transmute's one of those ones that you can pretty much always identify deterministically, because of the 3 chest rooms and the way those work out, so, it's going to take strangely long, or not strangely, but it's going to take longer than, you have to move around quite a bit to get through the Evil Eye charging there because we have, the swiftness. He's moving in a pattern that is confusing to me. We didn't kill him. I'm not sure where he is. Oh, we knocked him back again. It's there's no... I'm gonna have to look for signs that Elastic is procced when I shoot enemies in the Fog of War, because that threw me off a little bit. I think that's what happened, is that I knocked him back again. We might ignore that garden for... I guess there's no benefit really to ignoring it. We lose some seeds, so we should probably go back to that garden area after we check out this this little room here. Another scroll of upgrade. We're probably gonna avoid spending too much energy on turning that scroll of upgrade. We're pretty happy with a +8 Grim Greatsword. That's a fine weapon to end a run with. That should be able to break through the armor of all the enemies all the way up to like Ascension Floor 1, and have a decent chance of proccing Grim aside. So at this point, our upgrade scrolls are probably going into the Ring of Arcana or maybe the Ring of Energy, depending on how the Transmute scrolls line up. And I don't know. I haven't quite decided exactly what how the build changes on floor 25, but we're certainly going to tweak it at least a little bit between now and then. We'll skip out on... Actually, you know what? I am going to grab this healing. With the Warden specifically, rather than the normal herbal healing where you have to stand still to receive it, we actually just get... we get all of that healing that we would get. We get our entire health bar worth of healing one turn at a time, but we don't have to stand still. So that will actually... A lot of the ticks are going to be wasted, but a lot of the ticks will also counter starving damage that we take. So it's not entirely a waste to do this. It's kind of unfortunate that we're going to have to use some chain charges. We could have thrown something or somehow else... gotten past that trap, but I don't know. It doesn't cost more than 1 chain length, and that doesn't hurt us very much. Strength potion is pretty decent. We're let's see. We're gonna... I I've never actually tried this before, but since we have the Alchemist's kit and we have a glut of extra energy, I'm gonna see if we can stack the effects of multiple, let's see. Really don't want to trigger that trap. So, we're just gonna go around it. Ooh, there's a glaive. We could have held out for that glaive, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the Grim greatsword, and we're not getting a ton of Grim procs from the spectral blade use, which is kind of a bummer. But maybe I just haven't cast it enough, or I want to upgrade my. Maybe that's really the answer. Is I just need to put more points into my Ring of Arcana. And you see we're it's a torch and a Stormvine. Normally we'd want a telekinetic grab there, but we don't actually mind activating the Stormvine. It's not bad for us as Warden. I guess technically it prevents us from oh yeah, we actually were able to avoid a trap because of that. So actually it was good. Let's see what this Shocking Assassin's Blade. Why not? We should be mostly killing it with Elastic anyway, so this should be a very free kill. And we still starving, but still have the healing effect on us. A shocking item we will sell. Looks like that's a health well, I think. It might be an identify well. Either way, we'll check on it. Because this is... okay, so that'll allow us to identify something. We can either check out what this Blazing Glaive has on it, which I don't really care. I think I would rather identify one of my unidentified scrolls. And we don't benefit from stepping in it at all because all of our items are identified that we've equipped, and we've also found all of the items on the scroll anyway, so... we'll just get a scroll of identify usage from that well by throwing an unidentified scroll into it. Don't want to do that with a potion because the potion will shatter. So try not to make that mistake. It sucks when it happens. We got lucky with another real close spawn on the demon spawner room. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna wait a tick there, get a surprise attack, and proc Grim, which we're pretty happy with. And then we're gonna keep on fishing for more Grim procs. It's generally a very strong thing to do when you have Grim. Grim is strong enough to become your game plan in most cases. You notice we're still benefiting from that that healing plant that we got, so super relevant that we are Warden. I'm gonna go ahead and light a torch here because I should be able to see that succubus from pretty far away. I don't think it can teleport to me. Oh, I guess I can't shoot the... Oh, seer shot coming in handy there. That's kind of nice. And let's see if we can... So I can't shoot into the fog of war with the spectral blades. That's kind of interesting. Either way, I think we got the succubus there. We got on a line with it where it didn't have a chance to escape us, which is pretty nice. We'll continue starving for a while. We're really doing well on our food economy here, and we're continuing to step in all this grass just because I guess technically it would probably be a decent idea to leave some of it for trampling on the Ascension, but I really want to get as many seeds as possible so that I can do one final big old burst of alchemy with the Alchemist Toolkit at floor 24 before I start transmuting to look for a different artifact. I'd say we got quite a bit of use out of this Alchemist Toolkit over the course of the run. I'm pretty happy with the amount of value we've gotten from it, and hopefully we can turn it into, like, obviously a maybe not obviously. I should stop using that word as filler. The Chalice of Rejuvenation, or whatever it's called, the Chalice of Blood. I'm not sure exactly the name of it, but getting one of those at plus 10 from transmuting an artifact is usually the dream. The chains are also a very good thing to get at the end of the run with a Scroll of Transmutation, but we already have chains, so I don't believe we can transmute our second artifact into a second copy of that. The Hourglass is another very good candidate, so there's a lot of good reasons that we want to. Okay, how do I want to do this? We're actually gonna use our chains a little bit to save a small amount of. Okay, so now we should be able to haste. We always want to haste first because the haste will last longer than levitation will. We're gonna levitate. Actually, I guess they degrade at the same rate. We'll see if that remains true as I'm opening all of the chests. So we want to pay very careful attention to both of these buffs on our bar while we're doing this. We don't want to run out of levitation while we're over a chasm, but it looks like we have enough time. So we got to remove curse, frost, gold, and recharging. So not a bad haul from that room. And we're able to do that with just the 2 potions. Unfortunately, we have to. We don't have to wait for it to wear off, but I would like to wait for it to wear off because I want to step in all the rest of that grass to furrow it, and we can't furrow grass while we're levitating since we're not on the ground. But let's see what seeds we can acquire from. Oh, we've got a challenge room. Normally, I don't. I usually skip these on the demon halls because I think too many of the enemies are prohibitively difficult to kite. Like it's really no fun kiting an evil eye to the challenge rooms. It's almost impossible to get a scorpion there. I guess the succubi are decent candidates, but succubi can be very annoying. So we'll go ahead and give it a shot. We'll kite the succubi there, but it costs a lot of health to do. And at this point, we know we're not using the weapon because we've already got our endgame weapon. So it's you get some completion points, obviously, for doing it, and I think you get a higher score at the end of the run for doing it. But I like the completion aspect of it, but I don't tend to value the extra points at the end of the run very much. So I usually don't care to do it. But we'll go ahead and try it at this point because we're honestly, because I've kind of reached escape velocity, I don't think I can lose this run anymore, and I'm looking for things to do that I normally don't to get a little bit of challenge here. Super impressed with the Warden. Unfortunately, this is one of the classes where the way the challenge system works is kind of a bummer because Barren Land almost invalidates Warden as a class entirely. It's you lose a lot of value if that's not great. Do I have any? That's gonna burn up a lot of grass. Luckily, we already furrowed most of it, so we're not gonna lose seeds other than that one. And I guess that actually allows us to bring it back with rejuvenating steps. So technically we're happy, except we don't want to take a lot of fire damage. So I'm just going to plant a seed of fire bloom there, like a big old dummy, because it's immediately going to get destroyed by the fire. I guess I should have expected that. Instead, what we're going to do is throw some chains to the water and escape it that way. Grab that. Ooh, there's a seed of starflower over there. I don't think the fire is going to reach that, but we're going to go ahead and pick... Oh, that's actually a bunch of seeds of starflower. I think... Yeah, we have enough that we can make another potion of divine inspiration if we want to. Let's see. Let's go ahead. I think I'm going to put points evenly between Fan of Blades and Projecting Blades, and we've already divine inspired tier 4, so we're already a couple of talent points ahead of where we should be. Why not? I'm going to go ahead and divine inspire tier 3. I don't think any of the... I guess we are at the point now where the dew talent could be useful. So let's go ahead and do that. Why not? So we'll go seed. Turn that into an experience potion. And we'll take that experience potion, turn it into a divine inspiration potion, which we will then drink. Get some tier 3 talent points. Actually, in the interest of making use of that, especially since I have a lot of food, I'm actually gonna. Ooh, I have a pasty as well. I should turn that into a meat pie while we're thinking about it. Let's see. Ration. Okay, so we'll do that. I don't want to eat that immediately because I am very close to full. But if I eat a piece of food here, we'll prevent starvation from taking us below full, and that'll allow us to, at very least, use this shielding dew talent enough to get a feel for how much we care about having it. We could also get more points in the improved dart tips, but our darts are already, excuse me, lasting for quite a few charges. I think I've got, let's see, 4 charges each on my tipped darts, and I'm not using them super often, so I think we'll just take advantage of this shit. And it is pretty nice seeing that that 26 health shield on top of where I was. So, not that it matters if we one-shot everything anyway, but you know, you're not always gonna proc Grim and hit the first time you attack an enemy. Go ahead and let him walk into us and proc Grim on him. That actually makes the evil eyes really nice. That we get a bunch of extra shielding from them when we kill them. Looks like that was capped at 28 shield. No, it goes up further than that. It just decays relatively quickly. Not, I guess it doesn't decay super fast. Like it starts its decay immediately, but it doesn't decay rapidly. Let's go ahead and shoot him there. We're not using the armor ability very much, but we don't really need to. And the armor ability packs a huge punch since it both triggers elastic and grim. So we'll probably use it on. We'll see how well it does against scorpions. Hopefully it'll work well against scorpions because I don't really have anything else in my build that handles scorpions right now. Once again, we completely forgot about that sacrifice room up in the corner, which, let's see, do we have, yeah, I've got a purity potion. I'm not really doing anything else with it, so let's go ahead and collect all the money here. Love seeing those gold numbers. Makes the brain make happy chemicals. Nope, don't want to jump down. Just wanna furrow that grass. Let's we got one more key to spend. I'd really like to actually trigger one of these sacrifice rooms. So we're gonna try to find another enemy to drag to the sacrifice room. It's gonna take a while and frustrate me as we find nothing but enemies like evil eyes. I guess I could try dragging an evil eye. But that's inviting us ourselves. Okay, there we go. We've got a succubus that we immediately paralyzed, but there we go. I don't think it should be able to hit me while it's in tow like this. Ooh, the evil eye will certainly still shoot at it. That's kind of funny. And it'll actually get the health nice and low for me. So this is actually gonna work out pretty well because we should get a surprise attack here, which should just kill the succubus. Yeah, we get a scrolled mirror image from that. Fortunately, that's not enough to finish it, so maybe we'll see about luring that evil eye in. Yeah, it's still interested in us, it seems. Unfortunately, the swiftness is there we go. We'll get out of range for swiftness, so we might end up taking another. I think I can actually escape that way. And we're much more okay getting hit by the melee attacks a couple of times than taking the death gaze. We really want to avoid taking a death gaze. We're gonna have to take one here. I guess technically I could use the chains to avoid it, but I don't want it to lose sight of me. So we're just gonna eat it. Oh, I guess. Oh no, it did shoot. And now it's taking forever. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to take one more. Though actually, I guess we can use our chains to our advantage here. Or we should have rather used our chains to our advantage. Luckily, we're getting a ton of dew, so we're just gonna Oh, I did not realize that. Oh, we drank our entire flask because the dewdrops give us extra shielding. That's interesting. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that at all, actually. I think I would much rather not get overshielding from the excess in my flask. So I think in the future when I play Warden, obviously I don't play this class a ton since I'm kind of trying everything out here, but I think I'm actually actively going to avoid that talent in the future. I am really unhappy with the fact that that turned all of my stored healing charges into temporary overshield. That, yeah, don't like that. Maybe it's better if we know it's going to happen and we can plan for it. Because I say I don't like it, but I also didn't know it was going to happen, so that makes it worse. Let's see. Oh, we can actually spectral blade through the wall here, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and make use of that and kill both of those enemies with Grim through the wall. Seems probably not super important to do, but it farms some XP, kills some enemies that we might have had to deal with. Overall, seems pretty good. There's a bunch of crystallized. What game am I playing where? I don't know. Crystallized dew is a thing in some other game, but I cannot, off the top of my head, think of what it is. Hopefully we can get a elastic trap here. Yep, and we were able to kill the succubus. What's the adjective on? No, it's just dewdrop. There is no adjective on dew in this game. We're gonna go ahead and refill our flask since we used all of it, getting a huge overshield with the talent. That's probably better if we can plan for it. I probably feel miffed about it because I didn't plan for it and it was entirely wasted in the context that that I used it in. But it's probably bad to get upset about the ability to shield yourself for 60 points of damage. That's a very strong ability, and I should not be discounting it just because I misused it the first time. Okay. Let's put some talent points in. I'm thinking that projecting blades is probably better. So we're still gonna put points into them evenly, but we're always gonna make sure that projecting blades is higher. That is the first one we upgrade between the two of them when we have the option. I think so. We're gonna do it, and then let's go ahead and magic mapping. And so far, I don't think I'm using the armor ability as much as I maybe should be, but I definitely don't feel like I'm running out of charges super often. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in consideration, but we're probably not gonna end up using this ring of energy. It's what that's making me think. I'm going to go ahead and let my health get low while we're refilling our flask with dewdrops, and once our flask is full or we get quite a bit lower, we'll go ahead and start, what's the word? We'll eat that meat pie and start bringing our health back towards full. Fortunately, we're doing really bad on this fish. Ooh, and we just, through not paying attention, allowed ourselves to get jumped on by a Ripper Demon. That's not ideal. I'm gonna light a torch so I'm a little bit safer while I'm shooting these fish down. So that's gonna immediately bring our health down by that large amount, by the way. So we're just gonna go ahead and eat that meat pie. That's unfortunate that not paying attention cost us that consumable, but not the absolute worst. Unfortunately, these fish are not... Ideally, we would like them to move to this spot or this spot. So actually, I'm going to see if I can bait them into coming into... We'll, by bait them, I mean almost die. That's not what we want to do. So, and we're also not happy about a Rage Scorpion here. So we're gonna step up to meet him. And then we'll shoot him a Spectral Blade through the wall there. Get a nice Grim proc, and that actually worked out pretty well, despite yikes. So we're actually just going to use the water skin again, unfortunately. I was hoping to save that, but I took a ton of damage from these piranhas that I shouldn't have taken. And rather not lose the run. We do still have 14 healing potions. So I guess I could have also just used a an invisibility potion here. And maybe I even still should, but I'm definitely experiencing some sunk cost fallacy here. Feeling like I need to finish fishing these fish with the spirit bow. It's a shame that none of those point-blank shots worked that would have knocked the enemy back onto the dry land platform, which would have killed it immediately. But we're finally able to take out all of the fish, collect some more meat that we don't need, and an upgrade scroll. Okay, so let's look for the demon spawner is actually to the left, so we should have started left instead of starting right. But oh well, not a huge deal. We don't have the key for that alchemy room, so we're not going to explore that way for now. Let's avoid getting jumped on again by the Ripper Demon, but Grim Greatsword's still very good at +8. We'll just rely on getting some lucky hits there. Our armor's good enough that we're not going to be taking a ton of damage even if we do get hit by most things, but it's hard to argue with Grim and a +4 Ring of Arcana turning most kills into ooh, we actually got hit there. I was hoping I guess I should have known that would be the case because the swiftness was not quite proccing yet. We need to be, I believe, 2 squares away from the nearest enemy to proc Grim, which is nice because the mind vision allows us to maintain that distance, but let's see. The Scorpion clearly decided to leave, which we're pretty happy with. Let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to go ahead and shoot this Evil Eye. We're just going to fire down the line here. Because we're out of line of sight, he should never start charging up his Death Gaze, and we should be able to just take him all the way to this wall, which you can see by the exclamation point where he is every time he gets hit. So we did actually elastic knock him back all the way to the end of that room, which is always fun. Okay, let's see. Haste, Levitation, our last potion of experience. We could define Inspire Tier 1, but it's just, those talents are so outscaled, so useless at this point. We'll probably just save that and use it to level up to 28 once we stop gaining experience pre-Yogg. So that's what I think about that. Another potion of Mind Vision, always pretty happy about those. Go ahead and make sure we get that potion of invisibility. Ooh, there's our Scorpion pal. Let's, I think this'll... Oh no, that absolutely didn't work like we wanted it to. We're incredibly unhappy with that. Go ahead and Spectral Blade him through the wall here, which he's just going to dodge. See how many times he immediately returns to our door, but I guess he's happy with once. And we're gonna dodge that Evil Eye, bait him to the corner here. Hopefully we can kill him before he charges up his Death Gaze again, but not the end of the world if we can't. And both those enemies are gonna lose sight of us. Kind of the double-edged sword. Like, obfuscation is really, really nice when we're trying to avoid enemies, but it makes it strangely obnoxious to kite when the enemies just seem to be incapable of seeing that you exist. When you are an invisible wraith in the night, it's hard to attract attention, which, I don't know. Don't know how I feel about that on the Huntress specific. Of course, I'm not using obfuscation anymore, so really these enemies have no excuse. They're just not seeing me because they're bad. Is actually what we're going to go with. Instead of examining our own play or considering how we might better handle this situation, we're just going to call our opponents bad and move on, protecting our self-esteem expertly and absolutely refusing introspection of any kind. Man, this build really... I really just have no way of dealing with the Scorpions, and I don't like it. We're going to wait out the Cripple. I guess it's not too bad to run Crippled when we have the Swiftness affecting us, but we're... We've certainly got a noticeable weakness to that enemy. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do about that. We might just look for ring out kills, might be the answer. And in that vein... Okay, so let's see. We've got tons of energy here. We're gonna... we'll wait till we get to level 27 to do our alchemy experiments that we want to do. I want to see if I can stack the elixir of might effect to get a bunch of extra max HP on top of the extra max HP we're already getting. I'm just gonna eat that damage, which is unfortunate, but we've got the dewdrops. Just want to make sure that Ripper Demon can't leap on us, and we'll bring our health back up to nearly full. Let's go to our last floor, and this is going to be the toughest one. Where's our magic map? We'll read that. And the Ripper Demon spawner is punishingly far away. That's unfortunate, but we're still gonna go ahead and make a beeline for it because we don't want the floor to fill up with Ripper Demons, and I'm not short on food, so I don't need to be I don't really need to be efficient in exploring this level. I think I'm going to place a higher premium on doing it safely than doing it efficiently. That's where I'm at right now. Which, I wonder if he can he actually shoot? Yeah, he could have actually shot that spot. What a surprise. Makes it all the more surprising that I'm not able to... Okay, so this is 1, 2 over, and 1, 2, 3 up. So let's go 2 more over, 2, 3 more up. Let's see if we can... Okay, yeah, so we can use this line to shoot all the way through where that evil eye is moving. And we'll shoot there for a while. It looks like we're knocking him out of... Oh, we maybe should have seer shot earlier, because that's working out pretty well. Let's see if we can shoot... Oh, and we got lasered from there. That's something I should have known if I was paying closer attention, but I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention. Oh well. Ooh, a giant scorpion. We're obviously not very happy about that, but I think we can... I think because it's a giant... Oh, but there's another scorpion there. That's unfortunate. How do we want to handle that? Let's start by backing up. We're going to stay out of line of sight of the giant one. And anywhere we can line up shots on the giant scorpion, it can hit us, which we don't want to happen. So we might just avoid that enemy and not kill it at all. And hope that that's fine. That might be the way that we handle this. We got a confusing jump from the Ripper Demon. They're, I don't know, they deal a lot of damage, but they are certainly not the smartest of the demons. We got a nice elastic proc there, so we're gonna just be able to continue to fire along this line and probably kill the evil eye at some point. I think we're knocking him up against the... I wonder if he's taking burning damage, because this looks like it's a firewall room that's solved by ice. And I'm not 100% sure of that, but I feel reasonably good about that guess. So I wonder if he was taking burning damage or if he was getting paralyzed. It did kind of look like he was getting paralyzed against it based on the movement pattern that the enemy was exhibiting. We're just going to hope we don't wake up that scorpion. That would suck if we did, but it looks like we avoided waking it up. And there we go. We've got the final demon spawner here. Get a Grim proc on the second hit. Feels good, man. And let's actually... I don't think the scorpion will fire at us while it can't see us due to line of like how far its vision range is. So we should be able to spirit bow it, and I think that they have ranged armor or something like that, because I know that obviously killing them with ranged weapons is really slow. I just shot it like 15 or 16 times there, something in those lines. But it can't return fire, so even though it takes quite a few shots, we're safe to do it. Let's collect some stuff. That brings us up to level 27 as well, so we're gonna go ahead and get some of our last talent points here. We're going to drink that potion of experience to level up to 28. put another into... And actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get the extra accuracy on it, because that'll be the most relevant while we're facing the final boss, I think. And what else are we gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and do some alchemy now. So we're gonna... Okay, let's start with our standard set of boss alchemy. So let's make Potion of Earth and Armor from a Paralysis Potion, and then immediately turn that into Arcane Armor. And then what else are we gonna do? Are we gonna Curse Infuse anything? I don't think I want to Curse Infuse anything, so we're just gonna turn all of these. I guess we could technically make Reclaim Trap, which can actually be very strong. Some of the trap effects are really powerful, so I might do that just because I have a wealth of extra energy, and I don't think I've showcased that item on the channel yet. So why not? Let's but we'll turn the rest of these into energy. We don't care about Stone of Blast. Isn't bad. We probably shouldn't just be throwing it away, but I don't tend to make use of them. We don't need Clairvoyance because we've already explored the entire map with the Exotic Potion of Magic Mapping. Shock is good if you're using wands. We're not really using wands. Fear we're going to keep. Blink we're going to keep. And I don't know if we're going to use this Stone of Enchantment. I'm actually pretty happy with the enchantments I have on everything. It feels wrong to give up. Let's see. But, yeah, we're not going to be replacing Grim. We might try to reroll on the armor, but we're pretty happy with Swiftness overall. So yeah, we probably will go ahead and disenchant or turn the Stone of Enchantment into energy, which feels weird to do. But we're going to try to leave most of our seeds just because Warden gets so much extra value out of them. They tend to be very strong. And that's all we'll do for now. We might... let's see, we know Yingwei is probably Transmute, but we're going to turn one of these... Yeah, we'll get the Rage Scroll there, so that's pretty decent. What else are we gonna... Oh yeah, we're gonna see if we can stack the Elixir of Mights. So let's do that first. See what happens if we drink 2 of those. So we get 5, and the Strength stacks, but it looks like the health boost doesn't stack. So that's unfortunate, but happy that we know how that works now. Let's continue with our standard boss alchemy, I guess. Looks like we got lucky at some point and actually got a Potion of Magical Sight. That must have been one of the drops from the Ring of Wealth earlier, which is pretty cool. We're gonna make, per usual, 2 potions of Magic Sight to counter the Light and Dark hands. We're gonna make 2 elixirs of Dragon's Blood to counter the Fire and Grass hands. We're going to make 1 elixir of Toxic Essence to counter the Stink Fist. And the Iron Fist, or the Rusted Fist, or whatever it's called, is usually, because it can't fit into corridors, it's usually just a non-issue. We don't need anything special to handle that enemy. Let's see if we want to do any more crafting while we're here. We don't really need to... turn health potions into shielding potions. I guess I like Aqua Brew. We'll go ahead and make some Aqua Brews. We're never unhappy to have Aqua Brews. Let's see. Pretty happy with haste potions as haste potions. And are there any scrolls that I wanna... Oh, I kind of want to turn my teleport scrolls into blink stones. Teleport scrolls can be better sometimes, but I like the consistency of blink stones. Scroll of Passage doesn't work during the Ascension, and that's about all we have left to do, so I don't want to use it. Phase Shift can be decent, but I don't want to use Phase Shift right now, so we're just going to go with the standard Blink Stone. Let's see, we have 22 energy left to go. What else do we want to do with our 22 remaining energy? We're not worried about turning our Scrolls of Upgrade into infusions, because we're probably going to end up upgrading our ring anyway. That seems to be working pretty well, so we're pretty happy with that. I guess we can turn a couple of our recharging scrolls into exotic recharging scrolls. Actually, we'll do that with all of our recharging scrolls, and we'll get a little bit of extra energy from... We'll feed 1 seed of Ice Cap. We want to be a little bit stingy with our seeds, but We have plenty. And it's not like we're going to run out. So there we go. We got quite a few artifact charge abilities there, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and... actually, we don't want to spend the rest of the upgrade scrolls, just because I'd like to finish exploring the room. So I don't know why I did my alchemy burst there instead of finishing the... Let's see. We get a lot of bark skin from that, which is pretty cool. And we'll not do anything special to that scorpion, but we're able to kite him or move him in such a way that we get an extra hit, which allows us to, proc grim on him, which it's a good enchantment. It has been doing work, and it will continue to do work. So, pretty exciting there. About at the end of our well-fed buff, which is disappointing. I kind of like that. Not necessarily, like, I don't care too much about the, like, it's not a huge gameplay loss to not have the well-fed buff on, but I just like the, like, for roleplay reasons, I like to have well-fed on my character. Alright, I think we got him locked in a paralyzed chain now, so we'll just keep on doing that till we get the, yeah, hear something die in the distance notification. A runestone that we absolutely don't need. Just gonna let those sleeping enemies lie. There's no reason to kill them. They just have gold that they're guarding, and I don't particularly care about getting that. So we are getting to the point that we're gonna have to deal with that that giant scorpion. But I'm thinking it's reasonably likely that we can cause the scorpion to ring out. Let's see. Yeah, and we should be able to kill this one with an aqua brew here as well. Let's throw an aqua brew there, kill that scorpion. Pretty happy with that. We'll see if we can find this evil eye that's lurking around this area. I forgot there was a second scorpion in addition to the giant scorpion that we're worried about. I don't know. Maybe maybe I can get a really long range kill, so, like right there or something. So we'll try throwing an item to open that door. And so that's a scroll of recharging these. So that's not even a very good scroll that he's guarding. Ooh, there's our chance to let's see, how do I want to do this? See if I can chain to that spot. And the giant enemy's going to move a little bit weird. So we're going to try to at least keep him in a path that he's going to take damage from the evil eye. Oh yeah, because he's completely trapped there, isn't he? Okay, maybe we should focus on this evil eye as the primary threat to us here, because I think the evil eye is actually the primary threat. Go ahead and drink a health potion, because we have 18, and there's no reason not to be safe. And we've got this guy locked in a paralyzed chain now, so I think we should be fine. Ooh, we are going to spend the rest of those upgrade scrolls on the Ring of Arcana. And this is nice, because it's kind of a way to scale our weapons without risking the Grim enchantment on the sword, and also without being able to upgrade the bow, obviously. And it also is going to improve our swiftness glyph. So if you look at, we're getting like 5 movements of turn when swiftness is active with a +7 Ring of Arcana. So that's pretty strong. We might actually do, yeah, we've got enough time on this run. So I think I'm actually going to push Yogg into the next episode so that I can do some reading on the available glyph choices and see if I want to re-roll this swiftness or if I just want to keep the swiftness. Because moving 5 tiles per turn is pretty attractive. It unfortunately turns off when we're not with it, when we're closer than 2 tiles to an enemy, but we can still make a lot of use of all that speed. It's very, very strong. Let's see. Move, curse, intuition, detect magic. Okay, that's the floor. Except for this little cutout room here, but that's 300 gold with 2 sleeping enemies that we don't need to deal with. So I think I'd just rather not take advantage of our incredible speed here to get blocked by enemies that can teleport anyway. I guess the succubus didn't see it. Ooh, we've got an acid scorpion. Real unhappy about that. But we were able to just kind of run away from them and eventually get the swiftness armor to take back over. So the acid scorpions are real nasty enemies. I don't know what they drop because I usually run from them instead of killing them. Maybe I should look that up. Okay, and we'll get out of the frost effect there. I am going to go ahead and call that an episode here. I'd like to spend some time reading the wiki and all of the different available armor glyphs to see if I want to reroll my armor. We're definitely not rerolling the... actually, I guess we should... have we... Yeah, we've used all of our energy. So we'll go ahead and... we'll roll the Alchemist Toolkit. Not interested in the Thief Band. Very interested in the Chalice of Blood, so we'll leave that there. That's a pretty solid pull. And then... And I don't think we're going to use any of the other transmutes, for better or worse. Yeah, I think we're going to call it there. Actually, you know, I think if we transmute a scroll, it turns it into the exotic variant, so we'll get one more scroll of mystical energy there, which we're pretty happy with. And I guess, we'll try the exotic lullaby scroll. Why not? I don't think I've ever used the exotic lullaby scroll before, so hopefully we'll remember to try that next turn. So yeah, we'll wait on using the... Oh, you know what? We didn't collect any traps with Reclaim Trap, so I think I'm actually gonna step back upstairs and see if there's a... There's a storm trap that we can grab over there. That's the room with sleeping enemies. But just for the purposes of using or seeing how the spell works, I think I want to try it. So we'll cast Reclaim Trap. Okay, so now it has a storm trap effect. That's pretty cool. So we'll see if maybe that'll come in useful against the final boss. Who knows? Get a ring out kill there. Why not? And we must have killed something that dropped the frost potion by knocking it into the void. That's the only reason I can think of for the frost effect there. All right, let's end the episode for real. We're extremely powerful at this point. We should have a pretty easy Yogg kill. So. As always, if you guys have any questions about anything you saw in the video, or there's any specific content you want to see in the future, let me know, and I will try to respond to you as fast as I can. Otherwise, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.